RBI has gone ahead and
Magnified.
hiked repo rates by 25 basis points, but has kept its stance neutral. The commentary from the RBI was also that it's giving itself elbow room to act on rates either which way. How are you going to read this decision by the RBI? Is it confusing, or is it perhaps being proactive and reacting to a situation now but giving itself elbow room in the future?
Well, in my view, it is almost exactly in line with what we were expecting. We thought that interest rates would be hiked by 25 basis points, number one. Number two, we thought that the growth expectations would remain strong. And three, that the inflation outlook would look a little hazy going forward because of a variety of factors which probably would have been outlined in the policy, which is oil prices, commodity prices, HR hike by the central government employees, and so on and so forth. So I don't think there are any surprises in the policy. I think my expectation was that in the course of the year, we would see either a 25 or a 50 basis points hike in rates. Or if it was 50, then out of 50, 25 has already happened, and therefore one could perhaps expect that in the remaining part of the year till December, another 25 basis points hike in rates is something which is possible. But it is dependent on so many factors today which are not in our control, where we do not have an idea. It depends on oil prices. It depends on how commodity prices pan out. It depends on how U.S. interest rates play out. It depends on, so many other factors.
Right. No, absolutely. So you've given me a cue to ask you the next question. You're saying that the next policy rate hike may happen between now to December. What is going to determine the monetary policy trajectory from now to August? Yes, it is going to be crude prices, which are up 12% since the last policy in April. But what else is going to determine what the policy action could be for August? Is it a given that the 25 basis points has happened now and there could be another 25 basis points in August, given the global movement, given how developed market the central banks are reacting? I mean, what do you believe is going to determine policy trajectory from now to August?
Well, so I think it will depend almost entirely on how the inflationary pressure pans out and what RBI's expectation is on the inflationary front. Growth numbers look good, partly because of the expected resolution of some of the stress loans in the system, because of the insolvency law. So that should help the system. And that should facilitate growth. So if growth picks up in the system, U.S. increases rates faster than expected, oil prices theoretically keep going higher. I'm giving you the worst option. Oil prices going higher, U.S. raising rates, then one can certainly expect RBI to sort of look at raising rates.
Mr. Mistry, the RBI has hiked rates. It has also hiked inflation projections for this financial year, but it keeps its stance neutral. So obviously it wants to give itself elbow room. Where is this optimism coming from as far as the RBI is concerned? Does it believe there could be a new formula in the works as far as oil prices are concerned, and not all of it will be passed on to the consumer, and that will anchor in inflationary expectations?
Well, my sense is that oil prices have gone up a lot. The outlook on oil prices is difficult to sort of say. Also, growth expectations, as I said, in the economy should be good. So I think these are some of the factors that RBI will have taken into account.
How soon do we expect banks to pass on this hike to the consumers?
Well, I think most banks have already hiked their lending rates by 10 to 15 basis points in the early part of this month. So a large part of the hike has already happened. So I think going forward, banks will be a little watchful, see how interest rates pan out, and then take a call on how to proceed. But some bit of the hike has already been factored in by the government.
Very much, Mr. Mistry, Fair point. Thank you very much, Mr. Mistry, for joining us with your thoughts on the first policy hike in the last 4.5 years, 25 basis points hike, but the stance remains neutral. I'll hand over back to Tanveer Gill in the studios to take us through market closing. We'll be back with many more guests. Stay tuned to us right here at TT Now.